You have now bought your house, paid down the deposit, property ownership and everything is now transferred into your name, and you are now happy on your way to being a proud homeowner. And then at the end of the year, boom, you get this nice surprise of property tax that is just going up and up and up. I don't think many people take this into consideration, but this is a kind of expense. It will just never go away. Even after 30 years of paying off your debt on your mortgage, and now you actually own the house, you will continue to pay property tax on that house for as long as you live in that house. You will own nothing and be happy. Charles Schwab, World Economic Forum.
House in the US after paying it off? Think again, my friend. Here's the deal. They've got you by the balls with property taxes. Even if you drop a fat stack of cash and finally pay off that mortgage, you're not really the owner. You're basically renting it from the government. Every single year, you've got to cough up property taxes. And if you don't, guess what? They'll come for your house faster than you can say, I thought this was mine. Like, imagine this. You work your ass off for 30 years, finally pay off that mortgage, and you're thinking, I did it, this is my castle. Then boom, you miss a tax payment and suddenly foreclosure is knocking at your door. It's insane, right? You'll never actually own your home. It's like playing Monopoly, but the bank wins every single time. And here's the kicker. Those taxes, they never go away. They go up and up and up. So yeah, in the land of the free, you're free to own, kind of. Just don't piss off the tax man or he'll take everything you've worked for. Welcome to the American dream, baby. Crazy world we live in, huh? Did you know that many homeowners are unaware of?
But it's not just the American dream. I mean, many countries are like that. I understand that there are reasons for property tax, that you have to fund the roads that you drive on and the local hospital and local government schools need some support and stuff like that, but just the way they do it, right? They just come in and some assessor, he can just, now your house is not 100,000 anymore. At the end of the year, it's not 200,000. And you just have to stand there and like, oh, thank you very much. Please take this broom. I'll just bend over. There's nothing you can do. You will just have to pay up more and more and more. And it's just one more of those things. Of cost of living going up so crazy. Everybody is just squeezing us, the normal people.
Of the implications of property taxes? It's not just a yearly payment, it can impact your financial stability. People often think once the mortgage is paid off, they're in the clear. But surprise, the government has other plans. Each year, those property taxes can increase, leaving families scrambling to keep up. Imagine putting all that hard work into your dream home and suddenly finding out that you could lose it over an unpaid tax bill. It's a harsh reality check for many. This cycle of continuous payments can lead to stress and uncertainty. This isn't just a dilemma for the wealthy, it affects middle-class families too. So when you think about your home ownership, remember there's more to it than just paying off the mortgage. You've got to stay on top of those taxes or risk losing the place you call home.
Wow. And that's actually a scary thought, right? Because in the whole value of your house, the property tax is just a very small part of it. But if you do not pay that tax, they can actually come in and foreclose and sell your house out from under you. It's like, wow, wow, it is. That's not right. It's not right. Let's look at the comments. That's what I've always been saying. Yes, it's true. I don't get it. What do you mean I don't get it? If we can pay, To who? Why? You just pay it to your local government. Every year, 2 years, 3 years, they come and they assess your house. Your house is valued more, so you pay more. It's for your tax. They tax you on it. Because, I mean, 1% of 100,000, what is that? That's like 1,000. But if you still pay 1% of 300,000, all of a sudden you pay 3,000. If you don't pay it, you can lose your house. That's a shitty system, hey? That's why I never buy a house, because it's never yours. I guess this is crazy. I mean, but even if you rent, that owner of that apartment or house that you're renting from, he will just increase your rent. So what the fuck? What do we do? We move on, Jay. Let's look here. Point of view, your mortgage increases 1,500. Things I wish I knew. Play shit.
The property taxes on the land, the raw land.
Yeah, there's a lot about homeowning that not all of us know about. Even if you pay off your home outright in the United States, you're still going to have to pay property taxes on that house. And if you don't pay your property taxes, then they will take your house from you, even if you've paid off your mortgage completely, right? And the property taxes are
And I mean, if you think about it, who is really being screwed? Which class? It's the over 60, 65-year-old people. They've worked their whole life, come to the age of 60 or whatever, and now their house is paid off. Now they must use their retirement funds or whatever just to pay property taxes. These are Taiwan's airplanes, fighter jets in the air that you are hearing now. So
based off of an assessment of your house. And so the state will require local governments, like your mayor, your town, to do appraisals on your house. And part of the problem that people have been having, specifically over the past 4 years, is let's say you bought your house for $190,000 in 2019 or 2020 because that's what you could afford, including the property taxes. But because the state of inflation on houses now, your house is now, it's no longer worth $190,000. Your house might be worth $330,000 just for sitting there for 4 years. Well, that means if they come around again and they do a new appraisal, your property taxes are going to skyrocket.
And house prices go up. I mean, nobody buys a house and then thinks, okay, the house price is going to go down. I mean, house prices go up. YouTube, you have to excuse. I mean, I can't really control when the fighter jets pass over me. This is like crazy. Because this is a live take. I take it. Can't really edit any of that out. And I don't really believe too much in editing. This is real life.
Nothing has changed with the house, but the market has changed. So the appraisal has changed, which means your property taxes have gone up exponentially. My town did an appraisal in like 2020 or 2021, and the state was like, well, you're not paying enough taxes. So somehow you manipulated it. And they're like, no, because we used a guy from the state. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to send someone out to appraise again. The kicker is, let's say you need new siding or a new roof, or you do landscaping on your house, right? Because you want your house to look nice.
Yes.
Well, the more you take care of your property, the better your property looks, the higher the appraisal
That's
on
true.
your house,
Yeah.
the higher your property taxes. So there's literally
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, from your side as the homeowner, you want your house value to be higher. I mean, that is one of the main reasons why people buy homes, right? I mean, so you do make everything nice, and now she says,
no incentive to properly take care of your home when you're not rich. Because that means you gotta pay more taxes. Because they think you got all that money.
so she proposes you should like let your grass grow just like a month before the assessor comes to your house. You like let the grass grow and throw all the garbage in the front yard and all that kind of thing, right? You don't want that assessment to be that high.
So they're gonna try and tax you more. Mind you, property taxes is how schools get funded in the United States. Okay?
I think
So
mostly everywhere.
yeah, it's all just a fucking scam.
Home.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they need to get their money from somewhere, right? They need to get their money from somewhere. I've even seen a argument about when they said when COVID hit, many of the offices in the center of whatever city or town or whatever you are in, because people started working from home, those office buildings became empty. So, but they still had to like pay property taxes or whatever on it, right? And then the owners of the apartments, they just like they didn't or they sold it or they didn't own it anymore or whatever. So it now goes back, and now the outside, the suburbs of your town, that property prices, those ones, they were increased to subsidize the internal part of the city. Comments. Why does everything feel like a scam here? Where's that in America? People work their asses off and they are being squeezed from everywhere. Buying a home is better than renting. Okay, but you are still renting too on top of your mortgage. SJSK, I guess that's an argument, but I mean the assessment is much more. The assessment is much more. It's like going up from 100,000 to 200,000, 300,000. So this is not really renting. It's just a small part at the back end every year. But that small part, it just increases the whole time. And for families that are just, they bought a house and they budgeted everything, so they are living from hand to mouth, really. You get your paycheck, everything is budgeted to the bottom, to the specific part. Then to get a property tax assessment where you have to pay more because you can't do anything about it. I think that is a bitter pill to swallow.
Holidays. Every single year, homeowners at this time of year receive their proposed property tax assessed value for the following year. And if you're like me, you got sticker shock, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. But I get a 12% increase, a 17% increase, a 19%, and then this is a beauty, 29% tax assessed value increase. What's real?
And it's big amounts. 20%. 20% increase. Turn that little dial just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
reason for it? Well, property values have gone up. So that's one reason. There's some levies that are in there, but the main reason is if you live in a county that has a major metropolitan area, like I do, Minneapolis, the downtown core property tax assessed values have gotten crushed because these big Class A office space buildings, occupancy have gone down significantly in the post-COVID era. So let's say there's $3 million in lost property tax revenue through the city of Minneapolis alone. What is Hennepin County going to do? Well, they're going to spread it out across all the property owners in Hennepin County. Therefore, there's a large property tax increase so they can continue operating the county and municipalities and everything else like that. You can challenge this assessed value. If you want help with it and you want to learn more about it, let me know.
Yeah, fuck it. Okay. Hollywood, that's all fine. So it really essentially boils down that the small guy, he's being screwed to fucking pay for those large corporations, to keep them there, to pay taxes on behalf of these apartment blocks and shopping malls that just don't do business anymore. That is really what it's about. Let's go to Sammy. What does Sammy say? End of April, May.
Happy Monday, y'all!
Hey,
I hope y'all had
Sammy.
a great weekend, and I hope you have a great week. So, you know I live in Nashville, Tennessee, right? Check this out. They are literally trying to increase the property rate by 45%. If y'all ever been to Nashville, y'all know our cost of living is insane.
45.
It's already skyrocketed, and this is just gonna push everybody over the edge. I can't afford that. The only people who can afford it are the outsiders moving in. That's great, good for them. But I've been here my whole life. I feel like I'm getting pushed out. It ain't fair. So I did a little digging, and this is what I found out. Check it out.
Let's look here. Basic overview. Where did she say she's from? Nashville. Is it Nashville, I think. Up to 45% property tax increase proposed for 2025. Average homeowners could pay thousands more per year. Renters, you are not safe. Yeah, sure. I mean, if the property owner, if the apartment owner that you are renting from, if his taxes are going to go up, he's not just going to swallow it. He's going to pass that on to you, the renter as well. And on to me. I'm also a renter here. Cost of living here has already jumped 23% since 2020. I'm hammering on this cost of living because it is just crazy. Oh, there's just little emojis. You said nothing but the truth. It's messed up. Yes, Willie Footik. That is crazy. 45% increase for Nashville. Nashville, Tennessee, in your Texas. Okay, then we have Simply Shibuan. Simply Shibuan, whatever her name is.
Our property taxes have increased 61% since purchasing this home 6 years ago. And I am just, we got our property tax bill in the mail today and I about fell over. And I don't think that this is a topic that enough people talk about when it comes to talking about home ownership and how you purchase a home and you try to budget for and prepare for different things. But the property taxes are so like out of your control. And of course, like we expected them to increase like a little bit year over year, but 61% in 6 years is just mind-boggling.
On top of everything else. Because one can argue, okay, you know what, 61% in 6 years, that's 10% per year kind of thing. But it's on top of everything else. It's like not even the cherry on the cake anymore. It's the little fucking stem of the cherry that is on top of the cake.
And I just need to know that I'm not alone. So like, if you have crazy property taxes, please let me know, because this feels crazy. For reference, we are just outside of Atlanta. We are in Cobb County, Georgia, like right over the line from Fulton County. And while I am grateful that our home is increasing in value, I am also horrified because everything else, the price of everything else is increasing. And this was like the last extra bill that we needed. As you hear my kids yelling in the background because my...
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, there's nothing really I can add more to what you're saying. Many homeowners will add that to the renter's price. Comments, it isn't the mortgage and property taxes. However, our townhome, sorry, fucking old man eyes. Townhome was 1450 when we moved in 2020. Now it is 2,300 per month for rent. You see, that homeowner, that whatever they are renting from, whoever you are renting from, Gretchen, he was like, fuck this, I'm not gonna eat this property tax. And he just passes it on. Just like boom. And then he adds a little bit on for inflation as well. You rent or you don't rent. That's really your choice, Gretchen. Alright, let's finish up YouTube. Oh, this was like the most popular one when I put this in, the property taxes. Apparently this happened, but it was a mistake. And they most probably corrected it. Suburban homeowners property tax bill skyrocket from 1,800 to 30,000. Total increase 3,800%.
Modest lifestyle. He bought this 3-bedroom, 1-bath home in 2006 and paid cash $115,000. Just days ago, his home sweet home on Gardner Avenue in unincorporated Chicago Heights felt more like a nightmare. This is the tax bill that Lloyd received last year, a little over $1,800. But this is the whopping bill he received last week, a property tax hike of over $3,000.
Fuck it. Wow, his property tax for 2004 was 781. And the bill that he got now for 2024 is 30,500.
811% for a total of over $30,000. The property was valued at over $1 million.
Nothing over here is worth $1 million.
Okay, that's good. I mean, he paid 115, right? And it's valued over $1 million now.
The diesel mechanic and safety inspector is currently receiving disability after suffering an injury.
I had to move in with a relative or something, you know, I can't afford it.
The Cook County.
Oh, shit, come on.
I was devastated, you know, I'm like, you know, let me look at the percentage, you know, but I was literally devastated when I saw that increase.
Daryl Lloyd lives a modest lifestyle. He bought this 3-bedroom, 1-bath home in 2006 and paid cash $115,000.
I see 960 square feet. I don't have a second floor. I don't have a basement.
Just days ago, his home sweet home on Gardner Avenue in unincorporated Chicago Heights felt more like a nightmare.
I'm at a loss. So right now, I don't know what to do. I can't even sell the house because they see the taxes. Everybody gonna run.
This is the tax bill that Lloyd received last
crazy.
year, a little over $1,800. But this is the whopping bill he received last week, a property tax hike of over 3,811% for a total of over $30,000.
That's ridiculous.
The property was valued at over $1 million.
Nothing over here is worth $1 million.
The diesel mechanic and safety inspector is currently receiving disability after suffering an injury.
I had to move in with a relative or something. You know, I can't afford it.
The Cook County Treasurer's Office says sadly Lloyd isn't the only homeowner with a large tax bill. The office conducted this analysis and found that, quote,
But those are just normal houses, right? It's nothing spectacular. It's not double story or anything. It's just normal houses.
Assessor's office acknowledged it erred in calculating land
Yeah,
values
they did make a
for more than
mistake.
4,400 homes in the south and southwest suburbs. That led to severe overassessments for homes on larger plots of land. The errors were discovered too late in the process for them to be corrected before tax bills were calculated, printed, and mailed. Lloyd says
That's
he went
fucked
to the
up.
Cook County Tax Assessor's office to get help and kept getting the runaround.
I said, let me go downtown City Hall to the assessor's office. And at that point, I showed them my taxes and I told them that I had a substantial increase, and they was like, everybody taxes increase. I talked to another gentleman. He looked around and made some calls, and he said, well, I called another department. They won't answer the phone.
That's when Lloyd called us about
Look at this house. So according to them, that is $1 million house. It just looks like a normal house to me. I would never pay $1 million for this house.
the $1 million mistake. Fox able to reach the assessor's office, and tonight we have confirmation that the astronomical tax increase is a mistake. The assessor tells us, quote, this property was given an incorrect assessment due to a permit that was unintentionally applied to the property. We will process a corrected tax bill for this property in the coming weeks, ensuring that the homeowner will ultimately pay the right amount in property taxes.
But he will still pay. He will still pay. Glad for him. I mean, he went public, he made a fuss, I suppose, about it. Fuck, I guess any normal person would. Huh? What would you do if you get like a massive shock like that? Like, boom. Thank you, Jay. Here's a $30,000 that you did not budget at all. Let's quickly finish up with the comments here. Pricing you out. Someone has their eye on that area to develop. Yeah, it's very easy to blame the system, right? And to like, oh, we've made an error. Sorry about this. But it's too late to fix the error. Prove that no one owns anything. Yeah, that is correct, Trina. That's what I'm saying as well. If you hadn't gotten the news out, they would have evicted him. Yeah, they need to lawyer up. Is that what Outro said? But they're just going to claim that the system, something went wrong in the printing of whatever. I mean, who do you blame for this? If he didn't make a fuss about it, he would have had to pay. Or he would have ended up in court. So well done for him. If you are a homeowner, do you know what your property taxes will be for 2025, 2026? If you are a prospective homeowner, maybe just take all of these small little increases into consideration. Alright guys, have a wonderful one. Speak to you on the next one. Cheers.